What's good, guys? It's your boy Kelechukwu. If you are new to my channel, I'm Kelechukwu by name. So, right here, I promised that I will get to be sharing each of my trade setups each day, right? So we could get to learn from the mistake I make because there are a lot of mistakes out here. There are a lot of mistakes. There are a lot that I know that has been going on with traders, most especially the newbies, those that are trying to fix their self up, right? So at this stage of my mastery, like I'll get to be sharing the mistakes I do on my trade because right now my problem is not actually the strategy, right? So the real problem in trading is what is actually the problem I'm facing right now. So I just need to be sharing it out here for us to learn one or two from it, right? And get to fix up ourselves. If you can see how it seems as if I should just, everything around me right now, I'm just feeling somehow because it's been hectic, but let's see the mistake and get to learn from it, right? So let me just turn my charts. Let me turn to my screen so you could get to see it, right? Stay tuned. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. If this is the situation you are in right now in your trading career, if this is the stage you're in right now, just leave the comments, smash a like, leave a subscribe so it would motivate me and give me that morale to keep dropping more updates here for you guys so we could get to grow together. And so you can also check my links. My Instagram handle is here. You can just go over there, follow me up. Any question you want to ask me, you can actually type and chat me up. I'll get to respond to each and every one of you, right? So stay tuned, guys. So I've turned over to my screen. Let the chart load, right? So you could get to see. But I'll first show you download of the setup I got before this will load. Let me say what I want to say right here, right? So still earlier today, as you can see, the previous video I did, I told you that there are mistakes we've been doing as traders, and on that trade is that I think that one was UVDPY, right? But on this day, today is 22nd of October, right? 2025, right? So there is I still wake up very early because that's when I see setups, right? So I will just share the download of the setup, right? So right now this is the download of the setup I caught so very early this morning. So very early this morning when I woke up, right? So the reason why earlier yesterday I actually saw a setup over here, but I didn't get to hold it see because there is a very strong zone if you look closely from the because these trend lines right here, this particular trend lines is a trend from the weekly time frame. So it's a very strong is more like a support zone because as a price action traders we all get to know that trend lines also serves as support and resistance at some extent, right? How will you relate it as support and resistance? If a trend line as how this trend line is right now, because trend line gets to be that if it's from up to the down, that's called the peak. If it's from here to here, that's where it's called the trough, right? Right. So right now, if you want to state it as support and resistance, which one will you state as support and resistance? This right one from the up to the down is resistance, while this one going from the bottom to the top is called the support, right? So at this point right now, so this particular trend lines you are seeing right here that my cursor is touching, this particular trend lines, right? This trend line, I marked it from the weekly time frame. So over from the weekly, price has been so very strong. That's why you are seeing these multiple week rejections over here. You can see how there are multiple week rejections. I see that I get to enter a sell from here. I get to spot a sell that I entered from here. It was on profit too. When I entered this trade, the trade dropped in profit of about like 30 something pips in profit. Oh, sorry, like 20 something pips in profit, right? I would have hoped out from the trade because the reason is see how market is just playing around within these trends, this particular trend line. This trend line now serves as a support level, right? The reason why it's serving as a support level is because the higher time frame is very strong level. Price respect more of the higher time frame more than the lower time frames. So that's the more reasons why price do respect higher time frames more. So as price gets there, it's He's just playing around, playing. I entered the sell. It's more like a scalping sell because I know that this market is just playing around. So I just hope out when price. I was in profit though. Markets get to be reversing. I just have to run out from the trade because I know that anything can happen as it can be very manipulative because this 1 hour is still a very strong zone that which it will get there and drop. So earlier today, I just see, okay, I say, where would market get to for me to sell? Right? Where will market get to for me to short? Because I'm looking for a strong short. Because the reason why I'm looking for this short right now is I'm waiting for price. That is that I was saying, okay, if price get to break off this trend line that serves as a support right now, then I'll wait for a retest. Alright, because I can't just come here and enter, right? What I waited for, I'm waiting for a retest at a zone. So I went over on the 4 hours because this download now is a 1 hour. I went over on the 4 hours to see my entry, to see the point I'm going to enter. So the 4 hours is what gave me this entry, right? It's the 4 hours that give me this entry. So I have to place my this thing, these shots too, for me to sell, right? But at point I just wait. I was just waiting for price to like melt in and do something, right? That's the point I entered this trade, right? So you can see the price was playing around at some point, but let me just show the live chart, and I'll show you when I open from the trade, right? And I'll tell you the mistake I did here. I really fucked up with myself, right? So this is where you can see the trade. You can see the trade, right? This is the actual trade I take because there was CPI today. You can see how market went. You can see where market was just playing around there. I just tapped on that soft trend lines. That's that trend line that serves as a support right now. And you can see how it dropped. And this particular zone I draw here is a very strong daily zone, right? It's a very strong daily zone. So at some point I was like contemplating, why is market? Because at some point this price started melting in again, trust started trying to melt in. I was like, oh, this is a daily zone, and there is possibilities that price can melt in from here and continue to the upside. But my mind, that's why as a trader we all just, because if you know, we all have to trade against our triggers, because if you let your emotions to set in a trade, that's when that's where everything that's where you are fucking up with yourself in any kind, right? So most times, anytime we are on a trade, you don't have to let your emotions control you, because what happened to me on this trade, could you imagine? I just hope out from this trade at this point, right? When price would just drop here and try melting in, it's melting and started dropping back again. I just hope out from the trade. Like I was not in the trade again, right? So I just hope out from the trade. Right now, I'll just show the real markets, the live chart, so you could see. So you can see the live chart right now. This market went way beyond, though it has not getting to that particular point, but at least it has done one, because that is 1:3 risk to reward. 1:3, but it has done like 2.5 risk to reward. But I just hooped out with 1:1. It's very bad. It's very bad, right? It's very bad. Even though I hope out, I make profit on the trade. I actually make profit on the trade, but trading that way won't keep you profitable in the long run. So it's very bad. Why is this thing taking time? Just hold on a bit. It will load. So right now you could see the charts. You could see the, I don't, most times I just delete off this thing, because any trade I didn't hold till my TP, I always like deleting this, because if I just get into my charts, I'll be like, just imagine what this market did. Just imagine. This is the 15 minutes. Let me just go to the 1 hour time frame. You could see what the price, you can see the drop. You can see how massive this drop is. This 1:3 risk to reward. This 1:3, you could see. This 1:3 risk to reward. Imagine. This trade would have given me a very cool money today. Even though I hope out from this point, this zone is still a very realistic zone to run out from the trade. I just place it at these psychological levels. So at least if price gets here, I can hope out from the trade. But this is the most recent low over here. This is the most recent low. So it's still a very cool point to take my profit off from. But just see, where I took my profit was when price was at least here, when market was here. When market was here, that's where I hope out from this trade. Just imagine me now coming, seeing the market doing crazily well. So if you are at this point in your trade, I know most of us right here will do cut out losses more than wins. You do hold your losses more than the way you hold your wins. And see, but the way why my own is quite different is that my losses most times I do cut out my losses. Like I do cut out my losses, but there was a period where I do hold my wins. Sorry, I do hold my losses more. But at some point I say that's not a way that you can be profitable. You can be profitable in this thing and still be making withdrawals from the market. If you keep holding your losses, all you'll be doing is if you get account, you blow it. If you get account, you blow it. You just be going up, coming down, going up, coming down. But if you get to be holding your wins, this risk to reward is a very great outside risk management that keeps us stable in the market. That even though you take a loss trade like 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? That with just 2 or 3 trade, you've covered up the trade all the losses you've taken. Just like this year, I think within August, almost the month of August, I experienced loss on the account I was trading. I experienced loss on the account, right? So could you imagine just that loss? My account was going down, go down to like up to like will I say like 2 to 2.5%, almost like $600 in loss. Just imagine that kind of thing. Almost like $600 in loss because it's a 30K account, right? $600 loss, 600 plus. So what did I do? September, I get to be backtesting also, but almost throughout August was loss. Like I was like, are you sure this thing is still okay? I still keep believing myself, keep doing what I'm doing, right? Keep doing what I'm doing. So what I was doing then is that I'll just take a trade, I'll make profit, the next trade will just be a loss. Just like that, it's all going up, going down, going up, going down, going up. I was like, what's really happening? So by September, I think 1st September, it started clicking up. How is it clicking up? 1st and 2nd September, GBP there was a trade I used in recovering those losses. Just 2 trades on GBP made me recover those losses. Could you just imagine? Just 2 trades. And that 2 trades covered up like that 600%. Sorry, I say 600%. That $600 I mean to say. And placed me in profit that I still made withdrawal from the market. Why is that so? The reason why it's so is because of risk management. Right? This no, I mean risk to reward. This risk to reward is a very great thing that assists traders. If you are risking 1, you get to be making 2. If you are risking 2, you get to be making 4. Like that, your account you'll be stable. Even though you take loss, you already have confidence on yourself that 2 or 3 trades can just 2, 3 trades can cover up that loss you've been killed like maybe 5 or 6, 7 times. Just 2 trades or 3 trades can just cover it all up because you respect your risk to reward ratio very properly, right? Even still on GBP GPY, I still have a setup over there. That was last night. Right? I was analyzing the pair. You could see the setup. I was analyzing the pair, but this particular trade right now, I don't just take this trade. The reason why I didn't take it is just because it's already night. Like I don't like taking trades when market has closed, like around 8, 9 p.m. in the night. So by then spread has increased, and if market closes, there is swap fee on this particular pair. So there is swap fee on this thing I'm using, right? So over there, I was like, Just waking up this morning, price has dropped here. Price dropped here. It's just after because there was CPI on Great British Pounds. Price have to reverse back again. And at this 4 hours level, it didn't even get to my stop loss point safe. You can see how huge this candle dropped straight to GP. Just imagine I took this trade, this 3.5 risk to reward. This 3.5. Just imagine risking $100 on just this trade right now will give me like $350 or more. If I risk $150 on it, I will be getting up to like, it's crazy. I will be making up to like 700, and that's just it. Risk reward is what keeps traders stable. This thing you see someone telling you that he entered the market, he came out. Most times it's not flipping. Most times it's, and what will make you to keep this risk to reward is patience. Most of the trade I have big wins are the patience I exercise on those trades. And if you get to ask yourself right now, those trades that you make more wins, right? You get to see that particular day, you get to manage you kept your emotions in check. You didn't want any emotions to attack, because anytime emotions start being on your trades, right, it's more better for you to hope out, but don't let that emotions to enter your head, because that emotions is what is trapping us down. That emotional triggers like FOMO, many of them cutting out profits when you are on profit instead of holding on to your profit. All these are emotional triggers. They are very bad and it can ruin your trading career. And this is the point I am right now. So if you are a trader that do hold more of your loss and cut out wins, is very bad. So you have to not just be backtesting. What you have to do right now is more of reading, right? So we've taken light. It's more of reading, right? So if you get to read and get to read all those books, read books about trading that will assist you, right? If you get to do that, I think trading will look more easier for you. It will look more easier and simple for you, because this thing, you are not trying to fight the market, you're not trying to understand the market. What you're trying to understand right now is your personal self, because you are the one right now that is making yourself not to get to that profitability you are supposed to be at. If you got value in this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification button, so whenever I drop more amazing videos like this, YouTube will get to be notifying you, right?